Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here with another scrapbook process video, and today I am playing along again with Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I am playing with sketch 24, and you see it there in the top right of my video. Now for this one, this layout is going to come together really quickly. I stay pretty true to the sketch in the fact that I definitely have the two photos and all the strips of pattern paper. I just have my photos in a different orientation, but other than that, I have pretty much kept true to the sketch. I do change it where I kind of place some of the embellishments, but you'll see that as we go along. The first thing that you saw me do there was to just trim out both of my photos and mat them on that black cardstock. Now I have for my background paper that wood grain light wood grain pattern paper that's going to act as my background, and I'm going to mat that on a piece of black cardstock. And now I am just taking 3 pieces of pattern papers. These are all from my stash. I think one is an old Amy Tangerine. I am not sure where the red chevron stripe came from, or the yellow. I know the yellow was from a paper pad, but these are the 3 patterns that I'm going to go with. And basically for this one, the whole inspiration for the pattern papers that I chose was really just what my husband and my son were wearing in the photo. They're in sort of black and yellow as being the primary colors that are in the picture. So I just made it really easy on myself and just coordinated my pattern papers to the photos, and these were the 3 that I chose. So like I said, I am staying pretty close to the sketch in the fact that I'm just going to layer up those 3 pattern papers. I had thought about the possibility of stitching, but I ended up not having a whole lot of time to create this layout, and so I just opted to layer up the strips of pattern paper like they were in the sketch, and then I'm just going to take all of these bits and pieces that I pulled from my stash. Basically, I just went through a bunch of embellishments that I had sitting on my desk, and I picked out anything that was yellow or red or black, and I'm just layering those up on 2 Polaroids that I cut from a piece of pattern paper, and I'm just layering them up, and those are going to be my 2 embellishment clusters, one at the top left of my photo and the bottom right of my second photo. Now I did feel like the background paper needed to have something added to it. I have a hard time with a piece of wood grain paper with not putting some sort of splatter. Usually I will do white mist, but this time I opted for black because that was kind of one of the dominant colors in my pattern papers. And so there you saw, I just did a little bit of splatters on the background. Some of it will get covered up, but again, it's just to add that little bit of something to that background paper. So there you see I did go off camera, and I had glued those strips of paper together as well as my photo and my little embellishment clusters. Like I said, this page came together really quickly. I basically just went through and pulled things that matched in color and kind of just went with sort of hearts and the black, white, and yellow color scheme. I even have some little ladybugs up on the top frame. No real reason for that, just there's 2 of them in the photo, and so I thought they worked. Now I am working on my title here, and I'm just using a package of very old, I believe these are from Amy Tan, and I'm going to fiddle around here with where I put my title. At first I am thinking about putting it up there at the top, and that kind of keeps to the sketch, but ultimately I end up moving it down here underneath the photos instead of being on top. And the title for this one is just simply My 2 Faves, and this is just a picture that I took of my son and my husband when we were at Disney on vacation, and we were eating at the Rose and Crown restaurant, and we were waiting for our food, and so they were sitting across from my daughter and I just snapped a picture of the 2 of them. And so I just titled it very simply, My 2 Faves. Now to sort of finish up the embellishment clusters, I did just add a few more puffy hearts, and I'm going to add 3 enamel dots into each of these 2 clusters. And pretty much with that, that's going to complete this layout. Like I said, I kept it really, really, really simple for this. I really kept the embellishments kind of contained to those 2 areas and stayed really true to the sketch. So that made this layout come together super quickly, which I really love when I'm low on time. So here, guys, are the still photos, and please remember that the link for everyone who's participating will be down below, as well as the link to the Facebook group. So with that, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.